What is up, YouTube? It's Matt back here again, owner and founder of Dr. Snow Removal and Precision Incorporated.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like.
So in front of us here, we have two of our Kubota M5-111 snow tractors. These have kind of turned into being one of my favorite snow tractors that I've owned. Now, contrary to what most people might think, is that I'm just buying these because my friend Stefano bought them. But actually, I had an M5-111 before Stefano hopped on the bandwagon. They're great tractors. There's a reason he runs them. There's a reason that I run them. And I think it really boils down to how they're built and how easily Kubota really allows you to design the perfect snow tractor. Now, we do have some electronic shifting tractors like our M6-101, but we'll do a direct comparison between the M5-111 series and the M6-101 series in a later video. For this video, we're just going to be comparing the differences between the first M5-111 that we ever bought and the newest M5-111 that we've ever bought. So both we purchased with a Norman 92-inch hybrid snowblower, both with the snow tires, the snow fenders. This tractor, the older one, we purchased using a lot less money. This was the first tractor we ever bought. So we upgraded the lighting. So as you can tell, there's top LED lights and then the LED cubes. On the newer version, we have the same top LED lighting and we have much larger cubes. So that might sound stupid, but I do find that they're a lot better. I can see a lot more. And it's just a little difference that made a lot of a difference. So again, over here, we have the snow fenders. Those have remained the same between both tractors. Now, the newer one comes with this bush guard, which I'm a big fan of. This one did not come with the bush guard, and as you can see, we've damaged it and we've had to patch it together as the Kubota plastics cost too much to replace. We did not purchase this tractor with the front suitcase weights, so we corrected that as we realized that that's something that was huge. I highly recommend, if you guys are getting an M5-111 snow tractor, you basically have to have those weights. If you don't have those weights, you're not going to be able to do the job. These are off of an L60 series tractor that we ended up selling, and we just kept the weights and custom fabbed a bracket. It's better than nothing. We've broken one mirror on this tractor, which we're planning on replacing. So again, on the exterior, guys, there's not much different. Kubota virtually kept these tractors the exact same. When you're going to the back, we've added a 400 PSI hydraulic accumulator to complement the weights on the front. Another add-on that we basically see as non-negotiable. It drastically changes the way that you drive this tractor and your comfortability while you're doing so. Now, on the back, we have two different small LED light bars. This works fantastic. Again, we've changed that over here on our newer M5-111 to be larger cubes. I find that's a lot better and a lot cleaner looking, but it's kind of up to you guys. Another thing that we've changed on our newer units is we've started adding hydraulic top links to all of our tractors. All the tractors that we have on order for next year will come with those. So if we go back in time to kind of how we used to set up our tractors, you're going to notice that it's pretty bone stock. We don't have any hydraulic top links, nothing like that. We have to heat it up with a torch, grab that washer, spin it around, and kind of find the optimal place. And as you guys know, that top link is going to wiggle loose on you a whole whack ton, and it's just going to lead to some long-term issues, I think. I'm a big fan of the hydraulic top link. I've been running this tractor for the last 3-4 storms, I want to say. And I must say that hydraulic top link is a game changer. It allows me to adjust properly for crushed stone driveways, which is minimizing our gravel throw. In comparison to these units, where the operators actually have to set a 3-point height. Another thing that we do to all of our snow tractors, and we've started doing so this year, is we add a snow picket shovel. So these tractors are dirty. We were out just yesterday snow blowing, and we're going out again tonight. So I apologize for how filthy they are, but they are meant to work, right? So We add these shovels. You can pick these up at Princess Auto for like 30 bucks. We add them to the back of the snowblowers. Some people put them in different places. This is just how we set ourselves up for success. We also add these jerry can holders to our smaller units that cannot hold as much diesel. We do have trucks with mobile fuel cells that can carry about 500 liters of extra diesel, but in the event that multiple units are requiring some extra diesel throughout a storm, the boys will have about half of a tank in these jerry cans. And another thing to note is those jerry cans you can buy at Princess Auto as well. There's a couple different styles. That's the most sleek one that I've been able to find, and I do find it rather helpful. Now, the big difference between the way we used to set up our tractors and the way we do now, the largest difference is going to be the Norman 92-inch hybrid. So a lot of guys like running Cyclones, like running hybrids, like running PXPLs. We've been just sticking to the hybrid. It seems to be something that works well for us, and if it works, why change it? So again, they've made some upgrades. So these are the older versions of the Norman hybrids. We have one on our M6 as well. They're a lot different. I don't know if it's coming across well on the camera. The biggest place that I notice a difference is one on the back door and two on the style of the chute. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this chute and deflection method a lot better than the newer Norman 92-inch hybrids. On the newer hybrids, they look virtually the same. However, I don't know if you can tell, I think it's this part of the deflector is a lot longer than the older hybrids used to be. And then obviously the back door is completely different. This back door, when you pop those latches, you can completely remove the back door. The one on the older Kubota, it just falls downward. So it kind of depends on your preference, but either way, they get the job done. They're great snowblowers. For next year, basically everything that you're seeing here is what we are going to be replicating. So this is vehicle 9, and it's our brand new Kubota M5-111. We have upgraded virtually everything to make this essentially like a Nordic snow package. Except we do some of it ourselves. I find we can put on accumulators cheaper than otherwise. So I find these tractors are the best suited for snow removal. There's a lot of differences that have come up and a lot of similarities. So first, we're going to hop into vehicle 7, which is our oldest M5-111, and take a look at the cab. So when you come on up, you're going to have virtually the same view as the newer ones, but there is going to be a couple things that are different. Okay, so we are inside of the older M5-111 series tractor right now. So everything on the cluster is going to be the exact same. The cab layout is going to be the exact same. They're the exact same machines to operate, which is nice. So you can always upgrade them. Kubota hasn't made any large-scale transitions with this model of tractor yet. Kind of hoping that they integrate a hydrostatic transmission into these at some point in time, as I do think this is the optimal size tractor for what this business model needs. It's just a little bit hard to train, people that aren't really familiar in equipment with this type of equipment. This tractor we purchased with the 24 speed. So this obviously is not the standard shifting knob. We had ours break and we didn't want to pay the ridiculous price that the replacement was. So we just found this little thing and we threw it on the shifter. Our guys like it. It makes for a lot easier shifting. It is a nice upgrade. However, what we did end up doing, if you guys recall, on a 24-speed manual, the top button is the auto clutch and the bottom is the splitter, so you can split a gear in half. We ended up just taking that old handle and bolting it right here so the operator can bing, bing if he ever does need it. But the one thing that this has taught us, and one way that we've been able to save money with our units going forward, is that we don't really use the auto clutch or the splitter. And our operators never really do it. They simply keep it in high and run it as a 6-speed manual, just like you would run, like a Honda Civic or a Ford Ranger. So we've been kind of keeping our tractors, as I'll show you guys in a minute, to be more, I guess, to save on those little things that, you know, we don't need that. At least for us and the way that we do snow removal, if we ever do run into the event that we're hitting 50 centimeters of snow, like I did in a couple of videos, which you guys are more than welcome to check out, we simply go over here and put it into medium. So right now it's in high. We can do like 99.9% of snow removal in that range. And if there is too much snow, we can always put it into medium range. And then, you know, snow blowing 3 medium. And that gives more torque, and we can get the job done that way. So that's a little thing that we've changed in our newer units. And virtually everything else on the tractor is going to remain the same. So there's essentially no difference when it comes to the layout of the tractor. They are the exact same. It's just the shifter that has changed. So let's hop on over into the brand new one and see if there's anything you guys can notice. All right, guys. So this is our brand new Kubota M5-111. Again, everything is the exact same. It's better set up. You're going to want to make sure you have your phone mounts and your tablet mounts and all of your charging cords. And as you guys can tell, we've removed the 24-speed aspect of it. We're just running 6 gears, and it makes things a lot easier and a lot cheaper, believe it or not. Another way that we have been setting up for success is on our snowblowers. We basically set up every snowblower we own so that no matter what tractor hooks up to it, it's ready to support itself. So every snowblower is going to have a toolbox mounted right there, and that's going to have a selection of adjustables, wrenches, and socket sets. And as well as every shear bolt that you're going to need, a couple other odds and ends for parts. And we, of course, have the fuel cell and the picket. So every tractor, whether old on our fleet or whether new, is set up similar, but you can see that we've made some improvements and adjusted a couple things like our top links and our ranges. Virtually, guys, this is exactly what we're going for. We might be integrating some live edge technology on our cutting edges in the coming years. But for the most part, this tractor is everything that we want in a snow tractor. It's cost effective and it's fast. I mean, a lot of people ask why we don't run John Deere anymore. And this tractor's why. I've fallen in love with it over the past numerous years. I'm hoping to make some more content for you guys snowblowing with this tractor. And we have a large order of L6060s and M5-111s on the way. Overall, guys, there isn't much different between the old and the new Kubota M5-111. This was more of a video to show you guys, I guess, how we progressed as a business. And I know that the changes, even as I was saying them, they feel so small. They feel so minuscule. But it's really about honing in your business model, honing in the way that you do your operations. There's little tiny changes, like a hydraulic accumulator, like some front ballast weight, like a hydraulic top link, like mobile fuel, like the attachment for the snow picket, like the attachment for the toolbox. There's so many things that are up to your discretion as the owner, and you can kind of complement your business that way. Numerous people in this industry are changing how they do it, and it's kind of like their flair, their style, and I love it, right? So you're gonna notice on Northern Snow's fleet, my buddy Stefano there, they put their fuel tanks in a different location. They put their toolboxes in a different location. They run Cyclones for the most part. So yeah, it might be the same M5-111, but everyone's got a little bit of their own touch to it, and I hope that was semi-useful. I just wanted to make a video. I know you guys probably are thinking, man, there wasn't anything different. That's good, man. But stuff changes, right? So there's a couple things that we've progressed with, and I'm excited. We have a list of things that we have on order right now. And basically, right now, the way we're sitting is we have 4052R John Deeres, we have M5-111 Kubotas, and M6-101 Kubotas. For next year, we're going to be trading in the M6-101 for another M5-111, which we're super excited about. And then we're also going to be replacing the 4052R with an L6060 Kubota. So that's just to be the same size and be more streamlined in our operations. The way that we're going to set up our L6060 tractors brand new is going to be exact same. It's going to be the exact same as that M5-111, just on a smaller, more easy to operate scale. And again, we're really hoping that in the near future, Kubota starts coming up with some, I don't want electronic shifting. I don't want like an IVT. There's a big misconception that those are the best transmissions in the industry. I think they're not. Unless you have warranty and a great dealer behind you, I simply could not get behind that. You can't get a mechanic or a backyard mechanic to work on it. And most young guys, starting out guys, we all know money's tight. We're not going to sit around and pretend this business model is lucrative at first. It's a tight margin game, and you're watching pennies. So I like the fact that it's just a 6-speed manual. You can get anybody to check the linkages, and you don't need no computer science degree to work on it. And I know some of you guys are going to feel the same. So I'm hoping M5s kind of either go hydrostatic or stay exactly the way they are. I don't want really much changing. And yeah, I should have also mentioned that my older one has about 1,700 hours now. That's over the past 3 years. And my newer one's obviously got like maybe 60 hours. And I've never had an issue. They've never hiccuped. The only thing that happened on my older unit is we had an EGR issue, which is typical in all tractors that encounter the DEF crisis. But yeah, I mean, it's really up to you guys, how you guys want to dress it up. I think our newer one is just got a slight advantage over our older one. Just for the little things that I mentioned, I think it's a lot more sound of a tractor, and I've noticed that I'm a little bit more productive because of it. And maybe that's due to my experience and being the owner, but maybe that's also due to the way that I'm setting up my equipment for success now. So, without further ado, Rusty, say goodbye to everybody on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to get snow blowing. It's snowing right now. Stay tuned for some more uploads, guys, and I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like